What's going on, guys? Welcome to For the Fans. I am your host, Kevin, and I'm here with CJ once again. We're the 5 PMers, the West Coast Warriors. What's going on, CJ?
Just reeling from another riveting week of people stabbing their best friends in the back.
This season, bro.
They're so dumb.
This is this is probably is this the worst season since 22?
Probably.
Before we get into it, guys, jump in the chat. Would love to see you. Love to chat with you, talk to you. We love to see you in the chat. We love to communicate with you. Man, CJ. Oh, also like and subscribe so that you know when we're going to be live. We're usually live at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern every Monday to talk about the week in Big Brother. CJ. So many decisions and just like bad ones all around, everywhere, which way and backwards, and I don't even know what to do here. Let's just jump into our topics because I want to start with bad decision number one, Zach's dilemma. So, as we know, last week, um, Catherine won the veto, which was great, right? When we last left our heroes on the episodes, um, the people on the block were Zach, Vinny, and Keanu. We had said in the spoiler section that the HOH that the veto competition had the players of Catherine and Will.
Yep.
We had the Yankee swap veto competition, and with the Yankee swap, Catherine ends up with the veto. Catherine decides not to use the veto. What's going on, Tasha? Good to see you. Tasha's in the chat, just like normal. Good to see you, Tasha. We're chatting here. We had the Yankee swap veto competition. We saw. Okay, so for first off, before we talk about Zach, we see how Will ends up with the trip to London. Right?
Yep.
Zach did give it to him. He swapped with them, took the punishment. That was a smart move. I thought that was a good move.
I just I can't. I'm at a loss for words.
You don't think that was a good move?
No.
You don't think that was a good? Okay, okay. Talk to me.
If Zach, I'm so dumbfounded by Zach because Zach, at the end of the day, could have taken himself down with.
Before we get there, the move itself of giving the London trip to Will, that move itself, I felt like that garnered a lot of goodwill from Will.
I I yes, but like he's not going to turn the whole vote. Like, okay, so now you have an extra vote. So now it's, 9-1 because it was 5-5, right?
So this is where I think this is a mistake, right? I mean, the mistake. I think it's a fantastic move to like do that, and you've bought an ally.
But for how long?
I think you could, if you take that, you could stoke that fire, and you could turn it into a long term ally if you do it right.
I don't think Zach was thinking like that. I think
Correct. I
Zach
know he wasn't. I know he wasn't. I
I
thought it was a
think
good move on its face.
Zach is thinking I love Lauren, so I want to work with her. Morgan loves me, so I am working with her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
think Will, it's like I think this guy is cool, so I'm gonna do this thing for this genuinely cool guy, like a human gesture in the middle of the game. But like, I don't think you can buy enough votes with one. move for one person.
Right, you can't. So we do that first move right there, and we end up with Catherine winning the veto. She ends up with the veto. Catherine decides not to use the veto, which is I thought it was an intelligent move. She did not need to use the veto. She didn't want anyone else going up. Didn't want Ava putting up Riley. Didn't want any kind of situation like that. Don't want no smoke. Sounds good, Ava. We're gonna run it like this. We're at Zach's dilemma because Zach has a $10,000 veto. He's mad at Ava for putting him up to begin with, but the way the $10,000 veto works is that he takes himself off the block and he gives the 10K to Ava.
All he had to do was he could have bought himself off the block.
This man decides to not do that.
I don't understand. Like, if Morgan is your ride or die and you're afraid of her going up on the block, you still let her sit on the block so you could try to save the votes for her.
Like, Vinny is a snake, and he's a very slimy kind of guy. He would have never.
But Vinny has misted a lot of the people within the house, is what it looks like.
But I'm saying that he would have never let himself stay on that block with that 10,000. If I heard, if he heard his ally was going up, he would not have cared.
Yeah,
he would have said that's tough for them
because he's trying to win the game.
Yes, and Zach decides to not do it because he thinks that Lauren or Morgan will be going up on the block. It will be Morgan that will be going up. So instead of like saving yourself, Zach decides to not do that. But then, not only, CJ, do I not use the hidden immunity idol I have in my pocket, I then tell everyone I have a hidden immunity idol in my pocket.
Yes, because
but not everyone. I tell Morgan, who then tells Mickey, who then tells others.
I get I have this power, I didn't use the power, but I'm trying to tell you this in good faith so that if we get in this jam again, we could not. Like, if we get in this jam again, we'll get a second chance to save ourselves. But if you would have used it this time, you would have actually had a better chance to save yourselves.
Arthur says 10K is $20 in this economy. What a himbo.
$10,000 in this economy?
If Sheldon said, oh, let's show on Zach time. Of course, Sheldon. How can we not? Because choosing to not just not use the thing, but then telling Morgan, who in turn is going to tell Mickey, because if I hear you have an idol, I gotta send you home with it in your pocket.
Yes.
It's just the right thing to do.
Why? Yeah, if you have an idol and you already had a chance to play it and you didn't, so now you cannot play it, but we can still vote you out, why are we going to give you a second chance at this game?
Correct.
Because if we take a shot at you later and then you do use it, you're still in the game another week. Not to mention you could like win HOH and a whole bunch of other shit could happen. Or we take you out now.
I just don't get, if I have a chance to take myself off the block, why would I not?
Yes.
I don't care that someone else is going to go up that I'm working with. I just can't. I'm going to try to work to save them, but I'm going to do it from the safety of not the block.
Yes. Because you've already taken the shot at me. I dodged the bullet.
Mm-hmm. Boom,
I'm going to go stand over here, and the person who shoved me out of the way for the bullet, I'm going to try to pull them out of the way.
Yes.
We're basically going to freeze time. They're going to hit me, I'm gonna run around the back and I'm gonna start pulling at them.
I am though now out of the way of the bullet though.
Yes.
It just does, and then for the vote to come down the way it does, and for Morgan to be one of the people to vote him out, poetic justice, as Kendrick said.
It's so funny to me because we've been talking about this all season. The It's so important to be on the right side of the vote. And if you have three people who are afraid that they have to be on the right side of the vote, why don't you force the tie and make the HOH pick? Because they probably could have if Mickey, like, it would have been Mickey, Ashley, and Will. But they could have forced it. They chose not to because they wanted to be on the right side of the vote.
It's the reason that the mood I think on this right now for us is a little like somber is because I just can't believe what we're watching here.
All
Is
time
is
bad cast. All
is
just
this yeah, is okay. Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. This cast is I feel like as unlikable as the season 21 cast.
can we've like touched on this some, and Tucker's like crazy popularity after last season, and now you see more people playing in the mold of Tucker, which is really scary because I don't want this show to go into like a pre-Tucker, post-Tucker gameplay, you know? Like how different shows, like The Challenge has pre-Bananas, and then you have like Bananas Peak, and now you have Old Man Bananas and CT. Are we going to have a like, this is the time where even though Tucker was only in the game once, he influenced the game for X amount of seasons?
Well, this is insane because so as some of you guys don't know, me and CJ are been good friends for 20 years, and
Yes.
we hang out outside of just these little boxes right here. And this weekend we were together with one of our other good friends that's a big Brother fan, and he's not a strategy guy, right?
He's
He's not a
all
big.
he's also show only.
He's a show only, no feeds, big TV guy. He loves the game, but he loves watching the show. He's like, guys, I'm loving this season. I'm loving it because the chaos is so fun. And I'm like, no, no. This cast is unlikable. The game's unlikable. And he's like, I know y'all had the show that y'all do on Mondays. And he's probably watching, but he's like, you guys, I'm telling you, it's great. And we're telling him it's not. Like, this cast is unlikable. It's just
Yeah.
it's the cast isn't good. The gameplay's not good. There's no one to root for. Because I want to get into because this Zach situation insane to me. Right, bad all time. One of the all time bad moves. All time bad moves. What's going on here? Mickey and Morgan. All time bad gameplay. I don't
Yes.
understand what's happening here because Mickey and Morgan, Mickey specifically, I thought that Mickey was going to be playing well. But since she stole the HOH from Riley, I have no idea what's happening to this woman.
She went power crazy. It's
Chat, can you help me?
it's
Chat, can
ins-
you? BB,
Zach
good to
Marcellus
see
2.0.
good to
Yes.
see you again. Zach is Marcellus 2.0, and that's a fact. That's why Julie, thank God she hit him in the face with the card, because that was what she had to do. Tasha, the HOH itis, I don't know how it's a 3 week situation. She's been infected for 3 weeks. Can somebody tell me what's going on?
I
It's
think it's funny when Ashley and Mickey were talking, and Mickey said, "Oh, I just got to see what my numbers are, and then I'll get back to you." So number one, you're telling me that you have numbers, and number two, you're telling me that I'm not one of them.
yeah.
Your head is huge.
Mickey said to Will, and this is not feed. This is feeds only. I don't know if it was on the show. She said, because I can't remember. She said to Will and Ashley, "Who should I sit next to in the final two to win the game?"
So you're not even thinking about both of us. You don't think
Not
either of
not
us can win.
us. Like not one of the. We're not talking. Oh, we're not talking about us. Not one of us.
And if you're telling me that I'm not sitting next to you in final two, you can leave right now.
Why are we having this conversation?
Yeah, because if you're telling me that and I think we're close, you automatically jump to the top of my list because I don't know when you're planning on cutting me.
At one point, Mickey said to Will, Ava's going to have to go up as a pawn, and she's going to have to be okay with it. What?
Yeah.
What? What is happening here?
Don't come after any of Will's kids.
And not just this though. It's Mickey turning against Rachel because Rachel said to Morgan, "I am not just going to jury deal sitting there. I'm going to get to the end of this game." And then Mickey says, "If Rachel's not good with my plan, she's got to go." Wild.
It's funny because
Tasha's right here though. It's terrible gameplay, but Ashley and Will are letting it happen, and this is it's all. I don't know what's happening around here.
Well, I don't think Ashley is like actively letting it happen because Ashley is talking to these people and trying to talk them off the cliff, and then she leaves, and then they go, maybe Ashley can go home too. What is happening?
Get to spoilers.
Oh, I'm yeah. Yes. Yes.
Wait, well, actually, not even spoilers because we're going to talk about it when we talk about Rachel's HOH because there's some stuff that we're going to talk about that's some context for what happens with the nominations because it's well, even as we talk about it because we're going to talk about Rachel becomes HOH. She puts up Mickey. Afterwards, CJ, Ashley tells Rachel that was a horrible move. CJ, I need you to, this is, she said that was a horrible move. Mickey and Morgan weren't coming after you. Rachel says to Ashley, Morgan told me to my face that she was. And then Ashley says, oh, well, Mickey wasn't. Mind you, the week before, we saw on the episode Mickey getting them in line to shoot at Rachel.
Yep.
What is happening? What is happening? How? And they talk shit about Ashley all the time. Ashley is talked about feeling talked down to.
Yes.
Yet, she's over here telling Rachel, man, that was dumb. That was dumb what you did. Putting up Mickey. Mickey won't work with us no more. You got to fix this. You got to make this better. Mickey's so mad. How can you fix it? Fuck her, man.
But this is why Ashley is on the outs.
It doesn't make sense.
Ashley, like, when we talk about this cast being all-time bad cast, we got some all-time bad reads on our predictions for who would win.
And you know what, man? As I continually watch the show, and I'm continually watching this season, I don't even blame us.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, I was like, man, we're dumb. Like, we got a really bad read. And now, 2 weeks later, I'm like, they're bad. They're like actively bad. Like, they're jumping off of a boat, holding the anchor.
Yes. Jackie says in the chat, it's like they've never played any social games before, let alone understanding how Big Brother works. And B Bean says the HOK has special chemicals that week that altered Mickey's brain, making her think she's HOH for the rest of the game. The key imprinted into her hand, and it now lives there. And she's now just I don't understand, and I've never seen. This is a bad cast, and there's no one people keep asking me, Kevin, who are you rooting for? And I keep saying Keanu. And I keep saying, why am I rooting for Keanu when he keeps doing dumb shit? I don't understand. I don't get it. The only person I think I'm rooting for is Rachel, because Rachel's the only one that knows what's going on in here.
It's funny because Rachel is also the only one I'm rooting for, and I am not a Rachel Riley fan. I think she's really abrasive, and I think that she's equally abrasive this season. But it actually works because she's working with a bunch of idiots.
Yes. So the one thing that she said the other day, I like loved it. She said, "Hey Kelly, have you seen that season of Survivor? You know the season of Survivor where Rob came back with a bunch of newbies?" And she said, "No." And she said, "I'm trying to do that."
I'm I'm going to teach you how to play the game my way.
Exactly. This is how Rob won. So I'm gonna go do that thing. Like it's you know what's funny though that you said that about Rachel is because like I was not a Rachel Riley fan during 12 and 13. I have become a Rachel Riley fan, and it's funny because if I was in the house, I would have said this to her. I would have told you, look, I would have told her, look, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been watching since Big Brother 8. I was not a fan of you in 12. I was not a fan of you in 13. But as I watched Snake in the Grass, as I watched your seasons of The Amazing Race, all three of them, as I watched your sister, as I watched you on Traders, I have become a big fan because I've watched you grow. Like she's grown and like
Yeah.
she cares about this shit. And she's become a better player and not just abrasive. And like she doesn't have fantastic strategy, but she's trying.
The season of her on the Traders moved me from net negative to neutral on her.
Mm-mm. It moved me from they're neutral to positive for sure. And then listening on podcasts and stuff like she's here. She's about the community and she's in the shit. So like when she's like I'm a legend, I'm like okay, you are like known in this shit, but like
Yeah.
your season, the way she clocked Cody on Traders told me that she's ready to go. She's ready
Well,
on this shit.
no, when you say she's legend, Rachel might be on the Mount Rushmore.
Interesting.
So when she says she's a
Character is
legend,
not for gameplay.
yeah, like she's when she says she's a legend, she's actually a legend.
Mount Rushmore is tough. Mount Rushmore is tough. Who would be on your Mount Rushmore right now? Let me hear it.
I'm not saying that she would be, but for me, obviously, okay. So number one, you got Dan,
Yeah.
obviously. Derek,
Okay.
I I'm trying to figure out who from the cookout.
Tiffany. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like it's Tiffany or X, but I can't. Tiffany came up with the plan, so Tiffany because she broke the game.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'd have for my fourth.
So you
Probably
have
Evil
Rachel.
Dick. I'd
See,
probably have Dick because he was a breakout star.
if I were to have a Mount Rushmore, Rachel wouldn't be on it, but it would be she would be close. I don't mention it would be Dr. Will. Um, it would have Dr. Will as a pioneer. It would have Dan because he's the best. I would have Tiffany, and then I have Janelle. Janelle represents the competition wins. Tiffany represents the um,
Modern strategy.
modern strategy and the alliance, like the modern alliance building. Um, Dan is the best player to ever play the game, and the game is built off what Will Kirby was able to do.
Yeah.
So that's how I would have in my Mount Rushmore. In the chat, put your Mount Rushmore if you got it. But back to Mickey and Morgan. So sorry for the slight detour. No love for Cody
Oh,
or Nicole. I like Cody. I like Nicole. B Bean says no love for Cody or Nicole. We're four spots on the Mount Rushmore. It just doesn't fit for them. Nicole, fantastic player. Daniel Reyes, fantastic what she was able to do. Just on the four, the reasonings, it just doesn't fit
yeah.
for what I was doing. Danielle, even if Danielle, it's just tough because Danielle was played such a great game in Big Brother 3, but those other reasonings for those four, Janelle, the competition wins. And the way that Janelle just owned the competitions for like 3 seasons, I just have to do Janelle. I just have to. Like, that's where she has to go.
Yeah,
But
she's the original copies.
yeah. Original version. Um, but Mickey's strategy of going after Rachel, and then when Rachel wins HOH, pretending like she wasn't going after Rachel, and gaslighting
I feel
is
like if she would have
wild.
just owned it to Rachel, Rachel might not have put her up.
Bro, when she says, sit next to me, let me talk to you. Why? What happened with us? Bro, what do you mean? What is happening right now?
I remember the clip last week when Vinny was crying to Rachel, and Rachel was like, I worked on a soap opera. I know soap opera acting. I felt like that was this scene too.
Yes.
Like Mickey thinking
Yes.
she's the mob boss, and Rachel's in control.
It's in Mickey and Morgan. I don't know what Mickey I don't understand Mickey's gameplay. I don't understand anyone's gameplay, but I don't understand Mickey's. Morgan's at least kind of makes sense, right? She was locked in with Vinny and Zach. That was her mains. Mickey was a side. She was trying to ride for her mains.
Yes.
I that at least it's simple strategy. It's not layered, but it's there. I don't understand Mickey at all.
No.
She had mains and she went after her main and one of her mains in Jimmy. She then makes new mains, but then decides to ride with the sides. I don't get it. Tasha's right. If Mickey leaves, Morgan's gameplay would get better.
I,
That's
I think that
factual.
I think that's also factual for Vince. I
Yes.
think if both of the, like either of them could get it if you're Morgan because they are actively tanking you down. I don't think Morgan could recover to a point where she could win, but she might be able to get far enough away from the damage that she can make 6. Because
Yeah.
right now she's like
And
number
if you're
2
in six,
target.
you're in striking range, right? Like
Yeah.
I could went out a little bit, I could figure something out. We could talk to somebody. I could try to figure like 'cause at six we only need a couple votes, and so like we can start looking at things holistically on how we can make it here with me and like 2 others, right?
Well, if you're at 6 and there's a showman's, you're probably making it to 5 because you got to take out one of the showmans.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're at 5 and the showman's is still there, there's still a target. You got to get at least one of them, which gets you to 4, and then who knows what happens. Like you said, if you get to 6, you have to win 2 competitions to make it to 4, and the odds are pretty good there.
It's it's I it just doesn't make sense what Mickey is doing.
No, but when was the last time somebody did something that made sense on this season?
Very easily, Ava.
But
Ava
this,
put up 3 people, then went to bed. Like that's what she did.
okay, non-Ava division, because she's the only one with some common sense. Her and Will, common sense. That's
My
it.
favorite is Will that just says yes to everything.
Yeah,
He just he just
which
agrees.
is what you're supposed to do.
CJ, you can say that while the sky's blue. Yep, it is. It's crazy. The sky's green now. It's crazy. It just changed colors
It
like that.
just,
It
oh,
just changed colors like that.
oh my, it's raining dinosaurs. What? Oh,
That's
better watch your head.
watch, watch out for the Stegosaurus. Don't let that. Did you see that? Did you see that Tyrannosaurus Rex come down like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how. And I love that Will's just doing that. Right. He's just going and he's like just eating and just watching, and just going. It's insane. Sheldon said I predicted a Will win, and I see more and more evidence he'll win every week.
If Will wins this game, I think Will becomes an instant legend and showing how to navigate the game as an older person.
that would be an interesting thing. Tasha's here. Tasha's right here. Mickey's a recruit, and from what I heard, she got a lot of her moves from Reddit. And
Yeah, I could see that.
it's such a like interesting place to find how to win strategy.
I use Reddit for strategy for a lot of games. Like I play Marvel Rivals. I want to learn a new character. I go to Reddit for tips and tricks. But I'm not using Reddit for this. I don't need a tutorial on something that's so subjective.
Yes, it's it's insane, and it has created such a weird, weird dynamic. Sheldon said he. Never mind. Let's moving on though. Let's talk about Sunday. So Zach goes home, right, as he should. Keanu. We're gonna talk about Keanu later because I got a lot to say. We're gonna talk
I
about
have a
Rachel's
lot to say when we hit spoilers.
We're gonna talk about Rachel's HOH. Rachel wins. So Rachel wins the pretty equitable competition. You got to look in the rooms. Everybody looks around. You got to lock in the thing. You got to lock in the thing on what the questions are. I love it. Very simple, very easy. It comes down to Rachel versus Morgan. Rachel wins in the end. Riley's pissed.
Worst case scenario for our podcast favorite, even though it's funny that she's still like our favorite, our mascot for the season, but neither of us are like actively cheering for her anymore.
Not gameplay wise.
Yeah.
She's still very attractive.
Yes. I think I might actively be cheering for Will and Ava right now, which was I had them very low on my rankings going into the season.
Yes, but I like the Ava. Ava is like the only one to see. Ava and Will is the only one to see what's going on. Ava, Will, and Rachel are the ones that I'm cheering for.
Yes.
The thing is, I don't understand why people think they could influence Rachel's HOH.
Rachel has been trying to influence people all season, and they haven't been listening because they've been getting secretly influenced by Vince.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they think that they can, like whisper in Rachel's ear and change her mind after all of them have already been duped.
This is the craziest thing to me because all season long, I feel like Rachel has been telling everyone the truth. Time and time and time again. I don't know really how often Rachel has lied in this house.
Right.
She's just trying to get people to work with her. And it's hard. It's hard because these people are ridiculous.
It's hard when Rachel is actively always trying to stay on the right side of the numbers. So she's talking to people and saying, like, look, we have a loose alliance. I know we don't have like an 8, but if the 8 of us loosely work together, we can continue to go far in this game. And they're like,
I don't know if that's even true. I don't know that she's trying to stay on this right side of the numbers. I think she's trying to find support.
maybe I might be giving her too much credit.
And well,
But
I think
she's
Roman's
trying
right.
to make-
This is the problem. They haven't seen her seasons, so they don't know her gameplay. And she's honest, and she's telling them the truth, and she's trying to find people to rally with. And she understands that she's on the outs. Rachel's been on the outs two different, and at least one season. Season 12, she was on the outs for sure. 13, she was able to work with Portia, and she was able to. She had Jeff and Jordan. She had like a built-in alliance at first. Brendan went home early, but like Brendan normally goes home early for her. But like, she was able to work it out. But she's been on the outs before, so she knows she's on the outs.
Yeah, she knows what this feels like.
Correct.
And she does not want to go, like, she doesn't want to be, quote unquote, drugged to jury and then have to sit there to the end of the season. Rachel,
She's done it before.
yeah.
She did it before in 12. She don't like it.
Yeah,
She
so
wants to
if
take her
she's
ass
going to
home.
go out, she wants to go out. So she's
Yes.
going to take her shots now.
Yes. Which is good.
And I mean, it's funny because I never thought that I'd be like actively cheering for Rachel in this moment because Rachel is doing the thing that we have been pleading for them to do for the last few weeks is just any of you could get it, all three of you go up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because even
And
Ava,
Ava did it
who
first.
she did it, but she had to be talked into it because she wanted to put up Ashley.
No. Because for her, Ashley could also get it. So that's why. So don't speak that because for her, fuck Ashley. Like she don't give a fuck about Ashley either. Like it was the same idea for her.
Yeah.
She was still on board. But the thing that's crazy to me is that when Rachel is trying to like make a line, an ally in Kelly, she tells Kelly, "I'm not putting you on the block. I'm feeling a little iced out by Mickey. I'm not really sure how that is. Why does Why does Kelly go and tell Mickey this? Why is that the move? Like
Well, it's
Kelly's
double
not on the
bad.
end.
It's double bad because Kelly's not on the end. Kelly is doing it just to stir shit up. When you already know that Rachel wants to put up Mickey, why would you give Mickey any information?
It's not just even that. Why does no one's seen her season? Why does no one trust Rachel when Rachel's doing nothing but giving good information?
Yeah.
She's telling Keanu things. Keanu immediately goes to Vince and
Yeah.
tells him all the things, including the stuff, and especially the stuff that she says about Vince.
Uh, Part of that is I think Keanu is never going to align with a woman. Like I find it fascinating that Rachel has to have a best frenemy in the house because it was Jimmy and now it's Keanu,
But
and
Jimmy
that's who
was
she
never
spends
really
her
her
time
best
with.
frenemy, right? Jimmy was her friend. They were working together. Jimmy understood how this game worked.
But at first they were frenemies, and then they became friends.
They were frenemies for like a second. They were friends. And
It,
that's the whole shit with Mickey, right? Mickey saying Jimmy didn't like you till week 3. That's bullshit. They were locked in early. He wasn't out here really trying to get out Rachel. Once he realized that Rachel was on that same bullshit he was like, "Oh bitch, let's go. Let's run this shit together." He
so
wasn't
now,
and I say that because he wasn't telling her secrets and shit.
yeah, that's true. And it's funny because now she's like, okay, well, there's Keanu, who she's kicking it with, and I don't understand their deal. But basically, they're working together, but I don't think Keanu will ever take her anywhere because I think he's a sexist who hasn't realized he's a sexist yet.
I mean, those big words. Big words. I don't
I,
know. I can't say that.
I don't know. I feel like he constantly talks down to the women in the house.
Um. Okay, so here's the thing. He has a guys alliance. Him, Riley, and Vince locked in, even though both Riley and Vince won him out. He thinks they're locked in. I swear, that's really what it is.
No, I know, but
He had a 3-man alliance, and so all the people that are not in the 3-man alliance, he wanted gone, right?
but
Because he thinks that the 3-guy alliance is a real thing.
but if we're looking around right now and there's what, 4 or 5 dudes left in the house,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 8 women in the house,
Yeah,
you got to start working with some women.
you would think so. Also, you should think that maybe these people know more than you do because they
Yes,
have other information than you do.
I. It's like going around and having never read a book and saying that you're the author of the book and you can tell people anything about it.
Yeah, it's crazy, and which is why so on Rachel's HOH, I feel like she has a great idea to put up people that are coming for her. That's smart. The people that are coming for her, I don't know why people are mad about that.
I
Those three are actively coming for her. Vince is coming for her. Why is Keanu mad about that?
there's
Mickey and
so
Morgan are coming for her. Why is Ashley mad about that? And the allies are like, you should have talked to me. What the fuck was I supposed to do? They're like, you could have put up Riley and Catherine. They're not coming for me right now. What the
right.
fuck?
It's funny because like I there's so much more that I want to say, but I can't say it until we hit spoilers. But it's just funny to me that everyone is like, you need to do what's best for our game, but Rachel's game is in the most immediate threat, and they all know that Rachel's game is in the most immediate threat, and they don't care that Rachel needs to do what's best for her to negate that threat.
Correct. And the weirdest thing about it is that when Rachel's like, she says to Mickey, I mean, the conversation with Mickey went exactly like this. Rachel to Mickey. Mickey, during your HOH, I feel like you didn't do anything to take my game into account. You only did things for your own game. And you only worried about yourself. Mickey says, is that just when I took out Jimmy? Because I did that for your game. Rachel says, that's part of it, but also the decisions you made after and the way you kind of iced me out since. Mickey says, Kelly told me that I iced you out. Rachel then realizes, oh, I did say that to Kelly. Fuck Kelly, why is she telling the things I told her? I'm trying to bring her in because she's on the outs, whatever. Okay, well, I need to speak to Kelly about that. Mickey says, don't do that. She's going to then know that I told you about that, and then she won't tell me things. That's bad for my game. Rachel then says, oh, so you're doing it again because I can't trust Kelly, but you also don't want me to talk to Kelly to verify it because, once again, that's not taking my game into account. That's bad for your game. And Mickey goes, yeah. And then Mickey goes on the block and says, I never did nothing to Rachel.
Yes, that summed it up perfectly.
Make it make sense. Like that is.
There I don't understand how Mickey could think that she can control the game when she was preparing to take a shot at the person who's in power.
And not just that. You're trying to control the game. You're preparing to take a shot at the person in power, and then you're mad at them for preemptively taking the shot at you because you hadn't taken the shot yet, though you're preparing to take the shot. And they, because you're not a great game players, she was able to suss it out and preemptively take the shot first.
Yes.
And so you're mad at her.
Oh, you caught me with my hand in the cookie jar and now you're slapping my hand. How dare you?
Yeah, I didn't take the cookie out yet. Why are you mad at me for taking a cookie? I didn't take a cookie yet. Yes, my hand's in the jar. Yes, the
Right?
cookie's in my hand.
But it hasn't left the jar.
What? CJ,
They're
let's
so
talk about
bad.
it.
They're so bad.
It's time. Keanu. Let's just talk about it. Because
The butler?
the butler, the man. Let's take it back a little bit. Keanu is on the block during Ava's HOH. He says, while he's on the block, Rachel, will you promise to save Vinny? You, sir, are on the block. Why are you worried about Vincent?
Because he thinks he has the votes. Because he
How
has
can you have the
accord
votes?
if you're power ranking the people by their perceived read of the house of themselves, Keanu would be first. He thinks he knows everything that's going on, and he knows nothing.
He knows nothing. He, after he then says he thinks he has the votes, he says, I need to save Vinny after the veto. He then has serious conversations with both Riley and Rachel about throwing the blockbuster competition so that way Vinny can win it because he thinks he has the votes. Rachel tells him don't do it. He says to her, I'm going to still do it. It takes Riley saying, Keanu, don't do it. Rachel says, how are you going to do it anyway? He says, very easy. I'm going to do the competition, and if there's a buzzer, I'm going to get to the buzzer, and I'm going to wait at the buzzer. And I'm going to wait for Vinny to get there. If Vinny gets there before I do, then he's going to hit the button. And I'm going to go into the vote against Zach, and I'll beat Zach. But if Zach's about to hit it, I'll stand there and I'll hit the buzzer before Zach gets there. So you're going to finish, and then instead of getting out of there, you're going to stand there. What?
If this had happened, alternate universe Big Brother, if this had happened, and Keanu lets Vinny win, does Keanu stay?
No. No.
Because everyone knows about Zach's power. Because
everyone wanted Keanu. Keanu was gone in most situations.
It's just funny. Like, all of their reads are bad. They're all Tuckers.
The reads are bad. Keanu, Tasha says it. Both Tasha and Rome say it the best. Keanu is very disappointing. And he's just big and simple. It's so bad. It's so bad because he thinks he knows everything going on, yet he's been on the block every week until this one with Rachel. He thinks he has influence over Rachel, yet he can't get her to do what he wants her to do. She does what she wants. He thinks he has influence over other people, but he hasn't got anyone to do what he wants. He thinks he's running something, but he's not. Everyone lies to him, and he believes them. Rachel tells him the truth starting in the first week when he was going to go on the block with Vinny. And it was Rachel that told Vinny to not... Okay, week one, Keanu was going to go up.
Yes.
He was in danger. Rachel went to Vinny and said, that's dumb. Don't put up Keanu. She goes to Keanu and said, I talked to Vinny. I told him not to put you up and now be dumb, so he's not doing it. He doesn't go up. She tells him they wanted you up, everyone wanted you up because they were going to vote you out. He goes to Vinny and Vinny said, well, I thought about it, but like not seriously. And he said, see, Rachel was wrong. I knew you thought it wasn't really a thing that you're thinking about. You're like kind of thinking about it. Rachel's so dumb, she's trying to trick me. Since then, he didn't believe her. Why would she make that up? Since then, she's told you the truth. She's been trying to work with you every step of the way. Everything you tell her, you fact check with someone else, and they're lying to you.
And this is why if Zach had told him this, he would have believed it.
Correct.
And this is why I think he might be sexist. Because I don't think it's a Rachel thing. I think if any woman in the house had said it, he wouldn't have believed it.
I don't think if Will told him that, though, I don't think he would have believed it either, though.
Well, because Will might as well be a woman in the house, according to him.
I don't think
that's
it's
who he
the
kicks
women
it
thing.
with.
I really don't. I think it's a who he thinks he's working with thing.
But
Day
but the
one,
thing is he never tried to work with any of the women since day one.
day one he locked in with the guys. It was a bros thing. That doesn't make him sexist. It just makes
He
he had a bros alliance. A bros alliance of the bros didn't really want him in.
I think that Kelly is the only girl he's working with, but it's because they just happen to be lined up in like what their best interests are. Because
But
they're
that's the
the
thing.
two working
Also,
from the bottom.
Kelly wants him out.
Yes, they want each other out, but they also
But
realize that they can't take the shot at each other because they're the two.
But no, Kelly's gonna take a shot at Keanu. He's not taking a shot at Kelly.
They're so dumb. Why would Kelly take a shot? See, this is what I'm talking about. All time bad cats.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I think the sexist claim is a lot. I don't know about that. Just because he's not working with a woman doesn't make him sexist. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Just because he's not working with women doesn't make him sexist. I'm not saying that he isn't, but it just doesn't make him just because he's not working with women. He's an idiot regardless. No matter how it slices, he's dumb. And it's all-time bad gameplay.
I had such high expectations for him coming in as, claiming to be a dungeon master. You would understand gameplay like this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. It's really, really bad. And as Sasha said, he's working with Rachel, but as Jackie said, reluctantly by sharing all of the info with Vince. It's bad. Constant bad gameplay. And I have never seen a season this bad since season 21. Gameplay wise.
Yeah.
Because though 22 has its flaws, you at least had Memphis and them knowing how to play the fucking game. It was boring as fuck, but they knew what they were doing.
Yes.
Season 24 was mean, but we at least had the leftovers get together. We had some gameplay come out of that.
Yes.
25 with Jag, terrible, but Suri was there. We had someone that knew how to play the game. We had Izzy. We had Cormerica.
You had people trying to play the game and trying to make moves. It just didn't happen.
Correct. You had people trying to play the game. This is not fun. This is not good.
They're just... I don't even know if this is accurate in just saying they're making moves for the sake of making moves. There's no foresight or thought or... It's just chaos. And chaos for the sake of chaos is not fun.
Correct.
And that's what it feels like. Because even when they're trying to describe what they're doing in their one-on-ones, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make logical sense. It just doesn't. None of the things make logical sense. Outside of Ava, Will, and Rachel, I don't know why anyone's doing anything that they're doing.
Yes. And we can continue that thread by going into spoilers, because I have nothing else to say except of how bad they are.
We have rankings. I'm not even doing rankings because I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you.
Check in next week.
Maybe. I couldn't tell you what's happening. I love rankings. I can't rank them. I don't know who's doing what.
Yeah.
Who can win this game? God knows. I don't know. What are we even voting on? Spoilers. Before we get to spoilers, if you're leaving now, thank you for joining us. If you're leaving now, thank you for joining us. That was the show before the spoilers. Join us next week. We'll be back at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, to talk about the rest of Rachel's HOH and whatever happens after. If you're not leaving, stick around for the spoilers, because you should stick around, because it's been a doozy of a day. It's been a doozy of a day. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you.
I can you just give the quick recap, because I just need to bring something up that I've been sitting on all episode, and it's killing me, because it might be the stupidest thing we've seen this season in a series of stupid things we've seen.
Okay, you guys got 5 seconds to get up out of here if you're leaving. So let's count down. All right, they're gone, CJ. If they're leaving, they're gone.
Man, I thought they'd never leave. Let's go.
Okay, so first and foremost, Rachel's HOH. As we know, the nominees are Mickey, Morgan, and Vince. We have had a veto competition. The veto competition had those three playing. It was Otev. Otev was the veto competition. The other two people that played in the veto were Will and Lauren. I believe that's right. It was definitely Lauren, and I believe Will. The winner of the veto was Lauren. This one lasted 3 rounds as opposed to last season's that lasted 1 round, which is still the first 2 seasons that didn't go the whole way, which is wild.
Which just shows how bad this cast is.
Lauren did the move, apparently, where you stockpile them because, she's seen the fucking show before. So...
because, super fan.
Yes. But Lauren is one of the worst players I've ever seen in my life, because Lauren wins the veto Saturday. I want to make sure this is clear. Lauren won the veto Saturday. Lauren said she was leaning towards not using the veto, which was already wild because Vinny is one of her closest allies.
Yep.
She's not using the veto. Like a sniveling, spineless idiot, Vinny begs her throughout the days to do it. She goes back and forth. She told Rachel she would let her know Sunday evening if she was using it or not. Come Monday morning, today, Big Brother time, she still wasn't sure if she was using the veto. Once she decided that she was using the veto, she told Rachel she was using it. Me and CJ were watching respectively. We talked about it pre-show. We were watching respectively as she told Rachel she was using it. Rachel tells her, I'm going to have to consider all options if you're sure you're doing this. And then we went to pets because it was then time for the veto ceremony. Because she went to the last minute.
Can you say who she put up? Because I have to drop this point right now.
When the reason it was taking Lauren so long because she didn't know who was going to go up. Catherine told her multiple times, do not use it because this can only be bad. It's going to be one of our allies. Everyone, Mickey and Morgan's dumbasses, kept saying she might put up Keanu. She was never putting up Keanu.
Yeah.
Lo and behold.
No, Lauren was misled into thinking Kelly was going to go up. Kelly was never going up. Rachel said to her, if you use this, I will not be putting up Kelly.
She said that to her face. Lo and behold, she did not put up Kelly. The people on the block are Mickey, Morgan, and Riley. Riley is on the block now, and everybody is mad.
Not only is Riley on the block, Rachel thinks she has the votes, and he has become the main target. And this is why I find, this is one of the dumbest things that has happened this season, is while Rachel and Lauren are having the conversation in the HOH bathroom this morning, Lauren tells Rachel, I am working with Vince, Kat, Riley. That's who I'm working with. Why would you tell the HOH that you're going to piss them off and who to target.
Hey, I'm about to do this thing that you don't like. And the people that I want to keep safe are the one that's on the block, who has the votes to stay, and these two people. So please don't put up one of them. But I'm going to use this to take one of the guys down. Will you possibly put up one of the people that's an ally of yours? You put up one of those two people. I did not know that was going to happen.
And it's funny because if Lauren would have pulled this with any other previous HOH this season, it would have worked, and the HOH would have put up one of their allies. But Rachel has a brain.
It's and she told her, I'm going to have to consider all options. I was trying to clue her in that if you do this, this is bad news. And she said, I can't work with you if you do this.
Correct.
And I don't understand why Lauren wouldn't want to work with Rachel. I don't understand why Rachel is on the outs at all. Because it just doesn't make sense to me. Because Rachel, to me, is a non-threat.
And besides that, like, as the numbers continue to go down, as I've said all season, we're going to hit a point this season where all the women are going to look around and just be like, hey, so we should probably just take the rest of the dudes out.
I don't know that they are.
But that's what I was about to say. They're not going to, because they are actively, like, it feels like none of the women like each other, let alone want to work with each other.
The dudes don't like each other either.
Nobody, and this is why this cast is so unlikable, because none of them like each other.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. And so Rachel puts up Riley, right? I jump back on, I'm at work, I jump back on the feeds like immediately after it happens because I'm like, this is going to be great. I jump back on the feeds. Keanu is talking to Rachel and telling her how dumb that was. Rachel says to him, Keanu, Riley said to me that he's going to put you up, which Riley did say to Rachel. Keanu says, I don't believe you. But no, I do believe you, but he was probably lying. She says, why would he lie to me about that? He says, I don't know, people lie in this house. It's a part of the thing. Keanu goes and asks Riley. Riley says he never said that. I then see Keanu talk to Vince, who also is going to put up Keanu if he has the opportunity.
Yes.
He talks to Vince, and Vince says, yeah, man, Rachel has to be lying. And Keanu's like, man, Rachel's a problem. What are you talking about? Why do you trust these two men? They do not like you. They do not want you to go.
I can tell you why he trusts those two men. Because they're men.
Rachel pulls up Kelly and tells Kelly, they wanted me to put you up as a replacement. I told Lauren, it could be you. But I saved you. I protected you. Kelly says, man, I wish you had put me up instead of Riley. What? Kelly said, I wish you had put me up instead of Riley. She said, no, I kept you safe. This should be a sign. I want to work with you. Immediately, CJ, she goes to Lauren and says to Lauren, immediately Kelly goes to Lauren and says, did you know this could happen? And Lauren says, well, she told me she's going to have to think about all options. And she said, see, she's a liar. We got to go for Rachel. What is happening?
So you're mad at her because she didn't put you up? Like, why?
Mickey and Morgan are like, she put up Riley because she wants us gone. That's why she put up Riley. It's because she knows she wants us gone. Fuck Rachel. What? What is happening? Everyone, the only people that are like Ava and Will says, Ava, Frankly, I think that was a fantastic move. That's what she says to Will. And the two of them are like, yup.
Yeah, they were
And
just
they're
sitting
to
there.
the side.
Yeah, they're Sadler and Waldorf over there just talking shit.
It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening here.
And that's when we were having the argument with our buddy who was like, "Let me get on the show. Let me argue for you." No, sir. You come on our podcast. We're going to crucify you. Everyone in the chat is going to crucify you too.
Yeah.
This is all-time bad gameplay.
Cass in the chat said Keanu stays trying to mansplain the game to Rachel, and it's crazy. It's crazy to me. And he tells her, and now mind you, this part was okay. This I thought was a good idea. And let me tell you where it became a bad idea. Keanu says to Rachel, for damage control, you should tell Riley that the only way to make Mickey go home, make sure Mickey goes home, was to put you up because you couldn't trust that Vince wouldn't vote out Kelly. It's a great idea. I thought that was a great way to fix that because you could not trust that Vince wouldn't vote out Kelly. Because you couldn't.
Yeah, correct.
Do you know where it becomes a bad move? When Keanu tells everyone else that's what Rachel's going to tell Riley.
Why? Just why? They're so bad. They're so like and this is why we talk about obviously you've never seen the game. You need a ride or die. Like in a simple terms.
Trust. Someone you could just trust and work with. And Rachel's been trying to find someone. And the reason she picked so earlier in the chat someone said why would she pick Keanu? Or I think you said it. The reason Keanu, because Keanu can win competitions. She can do the strategy. He can win the comps. It's a very easy plan. But this fool thinks he can do the strategy too. You can't.
His strategy is so bad.
And she told him to his face, your reads are bad. Keanu, all respect, your reads are bad. And he said, Rachel, I think your reads are bad. How? How?
Keanu, as I said, I think it's just his I'm doubling down with the bros attitude. He's so bad. One of the worst reads we had, and the only clue we had for him is, like I said, I skipped through the back half of his video because he had no personality. Here he has tons of personality, but he's dumb as rocks.
It just doesn't make sense. Mary's right here in the chat. Rachel did the correct moves, no notes. Those are the moves. That was the move. Yes, she lost. She had Riley and Catherine, but she had to make this move.
Yes.
Because Kelly would have went home. Mickey's not. There's no coming back for Mickey. In this situation, either maybe Riley or Mickey goes home.
Yeah.
I think Morgan is safe here. Morgan's the one that you could bring back to your side.
Yes.
The votes are not there. For the votes for Riley, I think the votes for Riley to go home are there. Because I do think there's a chance that Vince flips, votes to save Morgan, and blames Keanu.
I do see that because I think that it's important for Vince to keep Morgan over Mickey. I think that Vince will essentially, like, he's going to have to choose.
Even with telling Mickey and Morgan constantly throughout the evening, they think I'm voting Riley. I'm voting for one of you to stay. I'm voting for you guys no matter what. I'm voting for you guys. I'm voting for you guys.
Yeah, I think that's only true to Morgan. But Vince is also shrewd enough to know that he needs Mickey as a number right now, even if she's not a part of, 4, she's a part of 7, and he knows he needs his 7.
And he's telling Lauren and them that I'm voting Riley. They think I'm working with them. He's telling both sides what they want to hear. But I
Yeah.
think that he is locked in with Morgan. I do think he's locked in with Morgan. I'm not positive. Because I don't know. I don't trust Vinny. He's just, like I said earlier, he's a spineless, sniveling idiot. And he says whatever he has to do. I haven't seen this spineless of a guy since Snape. Like, this is... I don't... There's not a... I do not like Vince at all.
I just think
I
it's
do not
funny that
like
Snape
Vinny
is catching
at all.
strays here.
Snape can
Like
always
he's
be-
behind the gun in our other pod, but he's caught a stray here.
Severus can always get it, but I just don't like the fact that Vinny is so slimy, and that's the worst part. Is that he's not good at it. Like the fact that he be crying and he's so snaky. He's so snaky. Cass in the
He's
chat.
a sewer
Vince the sewer rat. So okay.
What I was actually
The hard part being with Andy is that Andy played a great rat floater game. The season's so marred by so much other shit, and it's not the same type of rat floater shit. Like that rat floater that Andy played was genius. He wasn't just going around. It's giving more Nicole Franzel. It's
Yes.
giving more Nicole Franzel, but with less panache.
I think it's because Nicole, like, even though she's like, and before I say all this, I love Nicole Franzel. She's one of my personal favorite Big Brother players. She comes across as like very whiny and incapable. So you listen to her with a grain of salt, but she's not a perceived threat. So you don't want to get rid of her. And then she just makes it far in the game. And she does make some good points. And Vinny, on the other hand, is trying to, like, he's trying to Jedi mind trick him.
Well, Rome says you love Nicole. He's got some questions. Nicole, I'm not a big fan. Nicole played a great game. It's not for me. Not for me.
I
Wasn't
think-
a big fan. Davon Clark.
So you know how you love, like, you know how people love people who are messy in the game? She's my kind of messy.
And Cass did clock it early. Vince and Nicole are mirror images,
Yes.
and they both have white women tears.
Yes.
And it's a lot. I do not like it, and it's just not my bag. Not my bag. It's Vinny. It's so disgusting with Vinny. And someone else said it before. Get this unemployed man out of here. Let him go find a job and get on with himself.
I think it's funny that Vinny is like, he's on the Bowie plan of, I just got to make it to jury. I'm not trying to go home and live with my parents.
It's so much. But right now, Riley's raging. Everybody's mad. Rachel's kind of isolated. I don't know how Kelly and Mickey are like convinced this is Rachel's way of quiet quitting. That she knows that she's the target now and they're going to all come after her or some shit. This is a big move. One of them's going to go home. I hope it's not Morgan because Morgan is the least threatening.
It's funny because I feel like Morgan, as we talked about earlier, Morgan's game improves if, now we know that Vinny's not leaving, if Mickey leaves. Because a lot of Morgan's faults in the game have been being guilty by association outside of her accidentally telling Rachel that I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
A lot of it is just, well, she's close to Vinny, and Vinny's making moves, which means these are Morgan's moves.
It's this this cast is it's funny. Be being here in the chat hit this one. That's really funny. Rachel's so disgusted with this cast. She knows her time is better spent with her kids. She's right. She's like, why am I here? I would rather be at home. This is ridiculous.
I mean, I'm sure Rachel has also ran the numbers and is like, my appearance fee on here is like X amount per week. I can make more than that influencing at home while spending time with my family.
Yeah, yeah.
Like she could be booking her Big Brother cruises, going to whatever cons she's going to. She can definitely make more money than sitting there waiting in jury. And if
Yeah,
nobody plans on taking her to the end, let me go home. But this is what I've
yeah.
been talking about. She's gonna end up making it to the end because they're all at a point they're just gonna be like, well, we're not gonna vote for her. Then it's gonna go from let's make sure she makes it to jury to well, we're just not gonna vote for her at the end. So if you take her to the end, you win.
So this just came over. The I didn't even see this. I just looked at the a recap of earlier today, about an hour ago. Ashley said, just like a week ago, Mickey was saying, "I'm pretty sure I'm going to be like Chelsea this season and never touch the block."
So when I was distracted earlier, I was rereading to make sure that I had the right words that Lauren had said. I missed that one too.
What? What? We're going to end the show. Thank y'all for joining us. that is, we got to catch up on the feeds. Guys, it's been a blast. This season
Wait, hold on.
sucks.
Who do we think's going home? We actually do need to figure out who we think's going home.
Oh, okay. Um, the person that I think is going home, I think Mickey goes home in
If
most
it,
scenarios. Then I think Riley's next. Actually, no. I think Riley goes home if he doesn't win the battle back because I think Vince flips and I think he blames Keanu.
yeah, that's what I was saying. I think that Riley went from safe to target, as Rachel had said, and as Rachel laid out the votes, I think Rachel might be right.
Rachel's
That
usually right.
yeah. So he would go if it's Mickey versus Morgan. I think Mickey goes because she's the perceived head of the snake.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes.
And I think it's funny because going into this week, I would have argued that Morgan was the biggest target, and then Mickey talked her way into being the biggest target before Rachel made noms.
Mickey was so worried about the jury, but it's crazy how she gonna talk about it from outside the club when you can't even get in. So crazy. So
Ridiculous.
crazy. It's the truth. She's not even gonna be in, like not even gonna be in the house. She's gonna be on one of these interviews talking to people like us. So she's gonna be in this chat next week. Like that's what's gonna happen with Mickey. Speaking of the chat, thank you, chat, for being here. Be being Kaz, Mary, Tasha, as always, Jackie, Sheldon, thank Rome, everybody else in the chat. Thank y'all for coming to join us. Come back next week. We'll be back at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Just chatting away. Uh, Thank y'all for joining us. Like and subscribe. Coming to you from outside of the Big Brother house. Good night.
They're so bad.